So next we've got all our routes in now, our general routes. We've got waypoints at the flag except for one allied waypoint up here, like this one. We'll do that now. Change team, make sure it's on manual.
Engine engage.
Make an identical one. Oof. There. Better put the toggle on, team specific, now it'll turn green. No waypoints to it, I'm going to add them in, okay. No paths, yeah there is. All the way around, more the better. This one, to and from. You get in and out. Alright. That's all the basic routes. Now we'll deal with the flags. Come back to that double cap. So we're over in Allies. I've taken that flag before when I was Axis.
Area secure!
So it's called Spawn Allies, this one. Come up to this non-team waypoint and we'll apply a flag tag. Number 1 turns yellow. Next step is we want to connect it to the entities in the map so the bots know that this is a flag. And we use the Waypoint Connect menu. And it's the Spawn Allies, so that's number 3. This is reading off the map entities, it's what the mapper called this flag. Press number 3. We now have another little flag waypoint come up and we have a connection to the entity. Why we didn't do this part before is we don't really want waypoints connecting to this entity, this one here. We only want them connected to that. Seems to confuse the bots a little. So to make this so both teams can cap it out and have their own special route called a way, we will put a tag on this called navigation. It's in this section, it's number 4. This is going to split into one for each team. It may not look like there's 2 there, but there is. We'll see it on others, but if you stand on this side, go waypoint info, waypoint diagnostics, waypoint info, we'll see that this waypoint is for the Axis team. It's got a flag tag on the waypoint. It's got a navigation waypoint and there's a connection to waypoint 150, which is this one in here. We'll go on this side. Waypoint diagnostics, waypoint info again. As you can see, that last one was for the Axis. This one is for the Allies. There is 2 waypoints in here. You can see it on some maps. It depends on direction of the location of the flag. Go up and do it to this one.
Area secure!
This one's called Podium Allies. The Allies just took it, so we'll stand near it. And by the way, you can, if you miss that in the chat, you can always get into console. It will tell you what you just captured. So we'll put a flag tag on this waypoint. Number 1. Turns yellow. Get near it again. And now we want to use the waypoint connect menu to connect it to the entity in the map, and this was the podium for the Allies. Number 1. Boom. As you can see, all the pathways connected to this pole, and it'll double up. Last step for a flag is make a navigation waypoint, and it splits between the two teams. And you can see it better on this one, and you can see there's 2 connections. Each waypoint, it's hard to visualize, but each waypoint will have, there's one going to those 2 waypoints. If we shift our view, you can see it just jumped over there. That's for a normal flag. We'll go and do the other normal flags. Leave this one because it's a special, it's a different waypoint. We'll do it differently.
Area secure!
This one is spawn axis. So do the same thing. Waypoint tag, flag, number 1. Now the waypoint connect menu. This one was spawn axis, I think. Check. Spawn axis. That is number 4. By the way, if you get that wrong, if I selected spawn a podium axis, which is sitting over there, that connection would go over there and make a new waypoint. You don't want that waypoint over there. The bots will get confused, the nav will be stuffed up. Be sure when you press this waypoint connect menu that you are going to put it on the right flag. Otherwise you're deleting everything. If this went over there, I'd be deleting the non-team waypoint I made over there and starting over. We don't want another one of them there. So last step for this one is a navigation tag. Number 4, split it up. Boom, we have that one connected to all of that, and that map entity, that one's connected, that one's connected. Boom, boom. Last single player capture flag. Same thing again. This is called the Podium Axis. We're going to make it a flag tag, number 1. Turns yellowy orange. Waypoint connect menu. This is the Podium Axis number 2. Connected. Always check that. Last step. Make it a navigation tag. They split up. Lovely. Now we'll deal with these ones. So we're still going to make it a navigation waypoint, and it's not a flag waypoint. This is a capture area because you have to have 2, as you can see up there on that flag, you have to have 2 players to cap this flag. We do want to connect it to the entities in the map, so just stand near it. First thing, instead of a flag, this time it's going to be a cap area that's in this group. Capture area is number 2, and as you can see, it's now got a red ring. That's for the Axis team. And if you have trouble selecting that, don't forget about these team specific and edit all teams. You can edit all waypoints no matter what side you're on. I'm currently on Allies, of course. I don't think I can edit it if I'm on current team only. You remember those to flick between the teams, between a non-team point and the side you are currently playing on. And this one here, you can edit all waypoints. If the waypoints aren't editing and you don't know why, go in here, press that, and then you'll be able to delete it or edit it. We'll just do the same thing over here. So we've applied this special cap area tag to this waypoint. Now we have to connect it. So this is called center, obviously. It's number 5. Connect it up to that map, invisible map entity. And we're going to make this a navigation point. Navigation tag on the waypoint number 4. So in this case it didn't split in two because it's for one team only. Only the Axis side is going to use the information on this waypoint. The Allied side will ignore it. It's nothing to do with them. They won't look at it. We'll do the same over here. So waypoint tag, it's a capture area number 2. It's got a green. You see team Allies is green. I want to connect it to their waypoint connect menu. Obviously it's a center still. Connected like this one. And we want to make a navigation. Put a navigation tag on this waypoint number 4. And that is complete. There's one more thing to do. We put these navigation tags on these waypoints on the Allied first, you know which side you're on, Allied first over there, the Podium, that one, that one, that one, that one. And there is a special menu it's how these, when you place a navigation tag on a waypoint, it can have a special preferred path, and we've only got them on our flags. So let's have a look how we rebuild. We'll have a look to see if there's anything there at all. We come down here, special paths and ways. You can ignore these, that's in case you want to put one of these special pathways. So we'll just go to on, and we'll just jank around a bit. You can't see anything, because we haven't saved waypoints yet, which I really should. Just turn it to off for now. Turn the waypoint engine back on.
Engine engaged.
And waypoint save. You can do this at any time. I've got a stable machine. I left it way too long actually. I should have saved the waypoints a while back. Just be wary, sometimes when you press save you can have the bots arrive. Always make sure you're on manual points and paths before you save. The bots might automatically join the server. Go for save. As you can see there in the chat, if there was a problem with a waypoint, like it was missing paths, like this waypoint had no paths, there would be a warning that came up there and you would go and investigate it. We'll do that diagnostic later, but for now we'll have a look at the paths, see if there's any special paths. As you can see, all the other ones disappeared except the navigation waypoints. Let me see that over here. Can't see any special ways. This is pathways going anywhere. So the next thing we have to do is to go to rebuild. Boom. Now we can see them. So that's, as you can see, it's connecting to all our navigation points. Our navigation, everything we put a navigation tag to on a waypoint, it's now got this preferred path. So the bots will likely use this pathway, not this one, and not this one over here. They're going to prefer to use these paths. That's how we tell the bot what's the important route. We can, as you can see, they disappear. You have to get near a flag and sort of, sometimes it's very annoying. But as you can see, the bots are likely to come, say over there to that one, come along, go to that one, up to this one. As you can see, it's pointing right at that waypoint. We'll go to that waypoint, and then they'll go there or there to that waypoint, and then to that waypoint. You can put more in, like we can put another one in here. It's about where I stop. We'll have a look. We can put one where they exit the spawn, and it'll connect to there. Okay, we'll just get rid of that. We should save it at this point. No problems. In the chat, there's no pathways missing. Now that's a special view, so we'll turn that off. Go to special paths and ways again. Turn it off. Turn back the normal.
Point. Engine. Engage.
At this point, we're ready for a playtest.